Actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard for your mom to your pop to the beat to the bird, man. Cut right off on the curb like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is a special edition of the AFC Championship game.
All right, Coach, thank you as always. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold out Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between our visitors and the Kansas City Chiefs. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
I'm going to run you over. Good dash. Go.
Now here's Mahomes. And his first look is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And right away, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes being chased out left. And going deep for Hill. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
Let's go, baby.
So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of NC State. It's Phillip Rivers.
I'm actually old enough to remember him hitting the league, and so many people are talking about his throwing motion at the time. A little bit unorthodox. No one talks about it anymore except in admiration. The ball gets to the target really well and usually with big production.
False start, offense.
Yeah, maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Check.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rivers finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. On 3rd and 1, here's Rivers. Henry's got it out on the left side. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a 1st down. First down, Rivers. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Frank Clark, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers, and Rivers after the sack. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. And the pressure gets to him again. Frank Clark picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Check, go get him, go get him, go get him.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Boy, you go 3 and out on your first drive, and that's not the way you want to start this drive either. Doesn't seem like they're really into it just yet.
No, first 4 plays, you don't want to call it a disaster, but not looking very sharp. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. Now Mahomes buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Yellow. 59. Hey, 57 colors.
Mahomes now on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. A big play there for KC, 44 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
It's 1st and goal, a chance for the first points of this AFC title bout.
65. Shift, watch the shift.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. 8 yards on the touchdown pass as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And work with me here. Is this overhyped or not? You've got a warm weather team on the road in January, and it's cold. What's the deal? Is that a factor or is it not a factor?
I think a lot of it depends on the personality of your head coach and how you prepare for things. And some things you just can't prepare for. If you're coming from a warm weather site, you can't make it cold enough like it is here in this ball game. But what you can do is just tell the guys, dress for the weather, and then play like we always play. And as the game goes along, typically those guys out there playing, you warm up enough that it really shouldn't affect you quite the same way. Now, if that's all you talk about, if you put that in the heads of your players, it'll affect them in a big way.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and it's third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Rivers now, and the Chiefs are going to get him. Darren Lee in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Watch out for Hill on the return. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. They start on the ground with Pirine. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. He chucks him aside.
Dumped him.
Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down. On first down, Mahomes forced out to his left. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Yellow, Argo 80!
On 2nd down now, it's Thompson, and they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Mahomes complete to his tight end. It's Kelsey. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit. And another first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes steps away to his left. This is caught, Watkins. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions, 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting, pick a play you think they would run here, and just load up for it and see what happens.
Mike, check, 59.
They'll go to Pirine, trying to pound it in. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this run. Game because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Dorian O'Daniel, third-round pick in 2018, made the tackle. On third down, Rivers. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Frank Clark getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. On is the Chargers punter now. AFC title game, 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to play. And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, as he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl 53. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And it's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Dancing to his left. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 47 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Mike, check. Yellow. Hey, watch the slant.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And this one's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. And it's 3rd and 5.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Mahomes going to throw. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. Benjamin with it over the middle. And all the way to the opposite 48.
Let's go.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. The first down throw here for Rivers. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rivers caught on the left side by Benjamin. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. To throw is Rivers.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Yellow. Switch up. Hey, color. He's checking. Crash.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks.
Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Henry. Second catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
They run it here with Gordon, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Rivers throws there, complete to Allen. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? Because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers looking for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. Badgley able to knock this one through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now here's Mahomes. Buying time to his left. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm coming. Check. Lucky.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Yellow.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Mahomes. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Mike, check. Yellow. Here we go, D. Here I go.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down of the process.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. Sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Check 59. Mike is 59. 59. That's what I do. Sponge.
Mahomes now on first down. Forced out to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Hill. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And the play clock about to expire. Andy Reid notices it and takes a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Yellow. You ain't going nowhere. Check the yellow. Check 13.
Here's Pirine. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
One quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Mahomes now to throw. Steps away to his left. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it. Taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. 23 yards the pickup there. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead. Confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
They come out here in the eye. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Again, here's Pirine. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This Charger defense continuing to hold the line. Now it's a 3rd and goal situation. Try to punch it in with Smith. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they are really laser-focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
They have been dominant in this one. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is up to 18 now. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Darren Lee picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
After the sack on first down, Rivers, and he's going to go down again. Frank Clark, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers, and Rivers after the sack. Working out of the gun, Rivers, throw to the right here to Gordon. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
59. Check.
Hey, 57.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Dancing to his left. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Jakeem Grant, 63 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. To throw, Rivers. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that... a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks. That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Blue draw quarters.
Now Pirine. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Go! Bam! Hey, drop. Ready?
That one looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. Man open, that's Byron Pringle complete. And the ball is knocked out and picked up by the Chargers. It shoves him off at the 20. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Go!
They'll run it here with Pirine. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run again with Pirine. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
The Chiefs on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now a give right side. It's Thompson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. And with this win and an AFC championship, they have reached the most hallowed ground in all of sports.
That means they are the best in their conference. What an incredible feeling for this team to go through the entire season and come out on top and now go to the Super Bowl for the right to be called world champion.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.